Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Bit of an exciting day here because I have another team created around a Pokemon that I've never used before, and as you can see this time that is going to be Sinestcha. This is the shiny one that I just got recently here, and Sinestcha is an interesting Pokemon. It was a new addition in the Part 1, the Kitakami DLC on Scarlet and Violet, and I haven't really had a chance to use it yet, so I constructed a little bit of a higher tier team around it here, and excited to see how it can do in battle. That said, we're going to get into the first match with this team, which is going to be against Kitsune. So this is a random person offline. And yeah, looking at their team, looks to be pretty strong, pretty well balanced, pretty interesting looking team. Looking at my team, aside from the Sinestcha, it is a bunch of Pokemon that I've used here on Scarlet and Violet. Yeah. What do I want to lead with in this one? That is a good question. I think we're going to go ahead and go with the Thunderous in this one. We'll give that a shot. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how that works out. So definitely hoping that this team fares a little better than the last one here, but we're going to just have to see what happens. So, looks like she is going to go ahead and lead with the Alolan Persian as we lead with the Thunderous Therian form. So, this is pretty good for us because we, of course, can surely outspeed this thing since we are Choice Scarf. So I think we just go straight for a Volt Switch here. I think we're just going to make the obvious play. As they do stay in, we do catch them off guard with the Scarf. Volt Switch does a truckload of damage to that thing, knocking it down into the red, but it does survive. Then we are going to get the pivot. So, off of that, what do we want to come in with to face the Persian? They very well could just Parting Shot out. I kind of feel like they might do that. Since that's what these things do a lot of times. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to come in with Empoleon, predicting that, and see if we can get a competitive boost here. So we'll come in with Empoleon. They do Parting Shot, which is amazing, so that is going to hit us, which will drop our physical attack, but competitive going to give us +2 special attack, drop our special attack by 1, and then competitive going to trigger again, so it triggers for each individual stat drop. So if my math serves me correctly, that means our Empoleon is now at +3 right out of the gate, which is incredible, absolutely incredible for us. So that worked out just as I wanted to. They do get the pivot out, and off of that they are going to come in with the Mimikyu. So that thing is in. I feel like we don't want to waste our +3, obviously, so we're just going to go ahead and fire off a Surf at this thing. Obviously, we have to break the decoy before we can do anything else, so that's what we're going to do. This thing does go for Trailblaze on us, which doesn't do too much damage, but it does give them a speed boost, as they also take some HP, so they are Life Orb. We are going to hit them with a Surf in return, which is, of course, going to break the disguise and nothing more. That's totally fine, and yeah, we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers as well. So, feeling pretty confident about this situation here with Empoleon. Just want to check my math here real fast, and yes, we are in fact at +3 special attack, which is incredible. We're just going to fire off another Surf here. There's no reason not to, as they do go for a Destiny Bond, so that's unfortunate. So good play on their side, interesting tech, but it's definitely going to work out for them because the Surf, we do get a crit there, but that definitely didn't matter at +3. The Surf takes the Mimikyu out, but unfortunately we are going to get taken out by the Destiny Bond in return. So pretty interesting turn of events there. So we have a double down on the field. We both go down to 5 Pokemon, so we are both going to get a blind switch in here. And I think off of that, we're going to want to go ahead and come in with the Cleaver. So that is what we're going to do. They are going to come in with the Persian once again. So yeah, we're in with the Cleaver, and so unfortunately this thing will outspeed us. However, we still should be able to do what we want to do here, but the only question is, do we want to do it? Because they do have something that could get rid of our hazards or potentially switch it to our side of the field. So yeah, that's definitely something we have to watch out for if we choose to set hazards in this game. What do we do though? We could make the safe play and just U-turn, or we could try to get our rocks up. I feel like we'll make the safe play and we'll U-turn here. They do go for a chilling water, okay, so that's interesting. Does hit us down by about 50%. They do get a crit on us in return, which is unfortunate. They cut our attack. That doesn't really matter. We go U-turn. It's definitely enough to finish the Persian off, which is nice. So that thing goes down. We go down. They go down to 4 Pokemon. We are going to get the pivot. So the only bad news about this is that we are going to have to show first. So they'll get to bring in a matchup against whatever we bring in. I think what I want to do here is take this opportunity to go into Conkeldurr. That way we'll go ahead and get the Flame Orb to pop, which will activate our guts to massively increase our physical attack. So we're going to do just that, and there is the Flame Orb to burn us. So we'll see what they want to come in with then to face the Conkeldurr. We do have to be careful here because they do still have the Hisuian Zoroark. So they are going to come in with Corviknight here. So that thing is in. Again, this whole time we don't know if any of these Pokemon are the Hisuian Zoroark. I feel like the safest play we can do here is just go for a knockoff, so I think that's exactly what we're going to do, as they do go for a Bitter Malice. So it is the Hisuian Zoroark. Good thing we didn't fall for it. They cut our attack actually with that, which is unfortunate. We go knockoff, which is going to do a lot of damage, obviously knocking this thing down to a focus sash, but it does survive because of that, unfortunately, and of course it reveals the Hisuian Zoroark, and then we are going to take some damage from the burn. So we have a little bit of a choice to make here because obviously we can't take another one of those attacks. So the question is, do we switch out to try to save the Conkeldurr? I kind of want to, even though I don't know how valuable Conkeldurr will be against the rest of their team, unfortunately, especially with its weakened HP. So maybe we just let Conkeldurr go down here. We do have a pretty easy switch into the Alolan Muck, though, so I kind of want to do that. But at the same time, if they switch the attack up, I don't know if I want to take a massive shot or 2 massive shots with the Alolan Muck before we can do anything in return. So it's a bit of a difficult choice to make here. I kind of don't want to do it just because I don't want to take a big shot potentially on Alolan Muck. So we'll just stay in here. They do just go for the Bitter Malice again. That does take the Conkeldurr out. So we could have tried to switch there, but I didn't want to take a big shot on Muck. So Conkeldurr goes down, and we go down to 4 Pokemon. So the question here is, how do we want to play this situation? So I kind of want to come in with the Thundurus because we know we outspeed this thing. So I think we're going to do just that. We're going to go ahead and come in with the Thundurus. Obviously, we're Scarf, so we outspeed. He may know that, or may assume that, I should say. So I think what we can do here, because they do still have the electric immunity on deck, is I think we're actually going to go for a Psychic here, just in case they decide to switch. So that's what we're going to do. But they do actually switch. Okay, so could we catch this Clodsire coming in? That'd be great. They do switch into Clodsire, so that's perfect. So Clodsire comes in, we catch it with a Psychic off guard. Should do massive damage. It does about 50%, which is amazing. So it looks like it might be a roll, but that might be a 2-shot. So we're just going to go for it and see what happens. They do actually double switch. So yeah, they do assume we're Scarf. So they're going to double switch us here into Corviknight. So that's definitely a smart play on their side. Corviknight comes in, and we do hit a Psychic on this thing, but it is resisted. So not going to do much of any damage to the Corviknight, as they are going to go ahead and pop a Berry, interestingly enough. That is going to be a special defense increase Berry. Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so what we want to do here, we obviously can't stay in on the Corviknight. I think what we want to do here, we definitely switch. But the question is, what do we bring in against the Corviknight? We don't have the best of answers to Corviknight. I feel like we could go into... Obviously, we could... There's a couple different options we have. I think we could either do Muck, or... But we can't do a lot with Muck in return. We can't do a lot with this either. Let's just go... Yeah, let's just go for Cleaver here. Cleaver, unfortunately, this Focus Sash we have is deactivated, so there's not a ton Cleaver can do right now. But we'll come in with Cleaver anyway. And they are going to go in Iron Defense, so that's bad news. So they are going to increase their physical defense here. So yeah, this could turn bad quickly for us. I think the best we can do, we could try to inflict massive damage, but I think Stone Axe is probably the better play because at +2 defense, who knows, we're not going to do a ton of damage. So we'll go for a Stone Axe here as we do connect, which is nice. Going to do some decent chip damage, actually, and we do get the Stealth Rock up, which is nice. As this turn, they are going to Iron Defense again, so this is kind of bad. They're going to probably go up to +6 physical defense, which is going to be bad news. So yeah, this could potentially be pretty bad for us. We have to kind of scout this set a little more, I think. Cleaver, I think the best thing we can do is probably try to chip this thing with a close combat, so that's what we're going to do. So we know we outspeed, which is nice. We hit the close combat, which does basically nothing at +4 defense on that thing. And we do take our defense drops there as they are going to roost. So yeah, that's bad news. So they're going to roost up to full, basically. So they're probably the roost body press, if I had to guess. Iron defense. So yeah, that's going to be bad news for us. Now we could actually... I don't know if it's worth trying to switch to save Cleaver at this point, but I feel like it might be. I think our only chance against this thing might be... I don't know. I mean, I guess we could hope for a crit on a close combat. I don't know if it's worth switching. So yeah, I guess that's all we can really do, because I don't want to risk anything. So we're just going to close combat here. It doesn't do much of any damage, as they are going to... let's see what they do as we take the defense drops. Yeah, there's the body press. So that's definitely taking the Cleaver out from that range and knocking us down to 3 Pokemon. So the question at this point, we have to come in, I think... Well, I guess we have 2 choices. We could either come in with Thundurus, or we could come in with our Sinestcha, and I think that's a tough one. That is a real tough one, honestly. I think we're going to do... Yeah, we're not in a great situation right now, that's for sure. Can we play our way out of this? I think we're going to come in with Thundurus. I think we're going to do Thundurus, and I don't know. We don't know what the 4th move is on this thing, but I think our best play here is probably to Volt Switch. So yeah, we're just going to click Volt Switch here. They do stay in. We get a Volt Switch. They are at increased special defense, but even so, that does do a lot of damage to the Corviknight, which is great. And we do get to pivot out. So I think we come in with the Sinestcha, predicting perhaps the body press. So that's what we're going to do. So there's the Sinestcha making its debut, as they do roost, so that's worst case scenario, unfortunately. So they roost, and they do get a bunch of HP back. Now the only question is if their 4th move is coverage for us or not, because if it is, that's obviously awful. But yeah, I think the best thing we can do, we could try to Calm Mind. I feel like that's the only way we're going to get any respectable damage on this thing, is if we try to Calm Mind. So I think we're going to do that and see what they want to do. They are actually going to go ahead and Terra, interestingly enough. So what do they Terra into here with the Corviknight? It is going to be Dark. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I know what the last move is now. Yeah, so we definitely could be in serious trouble against this thing. So we are going to Calm Mind, which is not really going to help us survive what's about to happen, I don't think. So we get our special attack, special defense increase, but they are going to go for Power Trip. I knew that was going to be the last move. So yep, there's the Power Trip. That definitely actually does not take us out, interestingly enough. because yeah, I guess they don't have enough boosts, even though it's super effective. But yeah, we get some HP back with the leftovers. So actually, I was a little surprised we survived that, but very glad we did. So I think the best thing we can do here is hope we don't miss a Matcha Gotcha. I guess this is going to be Sinestcha's time to shine, hopefully. Let's click it. We go Matcha Gotcha. We don't miss, which is great. We connect, and it does not do a ton of damage, but it does do some, and we do get some HP back. Not enough to survive another Power Trip, I don't think. So yeah, they do go Power Trip. And that is, I think, going to finish us. Yeah, that definitely finishes us off. So Sinestcha's down, and we go down to 2 Pokemon. So definitely not looking the best for us here. I think we really only have one chance right now, and I'm going to have to put myself in a situation that more than anything I hate putting myself in, and that is we have to count on hitting a Focus Blast. So we come in with Thundurus, and yeah, we have to count on hitting a Focus Blast or we're cooked. That's really all we can do. So, yeah, I guess it's time to do that. So come on, Focus Blast, we go for it. We do connect with the Focus Blast. Is it enough to take the Corviknight? No, it's not even enough to take the Corviknight out. He goes for a Power Trip. It is Terra boosted. And can we take one? Yes, we do take one, which is nice. So the question now is, do they switch? So they are down to, let's see, they could switch because they do have the fighting immunity. We could also miss a Focus Blast, but I feel like we have no choice but to go for it anyway. So that's what we're gonna do, and they do stay in. We do hit a second Focus Blast. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever hit that many Focus Blasts in my life, but Thundurus coming through for us there. We hit the Focus Blast, we get rid of the Corviknight, and we knock him down to 3 Pokemon. So Thundurus really coming through for us there, as now he's going to come in with Cinderace. So Cinderace is in. I feel like, how do we play this? We have to switch. I think we have to switch. As much as I feel like a court change is probably coming, we really just have to switch into Muck because we can't lose Thundurus right now. But they didn't take Stealth Rock, which means Heavy Duty Boots, obviously, which means court change, obviously, but there's nothing we can do about that. So we're going to switch into Muck, as there's the court change because it always is there these days. So that's also always annoying, but now we get our own Stealth Rock put up on our side of the field, which sucks. But there's nothing we can do about that. So what we can do, I guess pretty much the only thing we can do right now is we can Drain Punch. They do have Clodsire, obviously. I feel like they do have Clodsire, and they have Zoroark on 1 HP, I believe. So I think Knockoff is still the smart move here. I mean, they could stay in, but I feel like Knockoff is the smart move. So they do switch. Okay, that's fine. So what are they switching into here? It is the Clodsire. Okay, so Clodsire is in. And we do get a knockoff on Clodsire, which does a lot of damage. Gets rid of its berry, which is great. Knocks it into the red. I think it's within range that another knockoff takes it out. We have to take that gamble because we can't allow this thing to recover. We should outspeed this thing too, I think, because it's pretty slow. So we're going to do that. There it is. Okay, we do outspeed the Clodsire, get the next knockoff, and take it out. So that's perfect. So Clodsire is down. She goes down to 2 Pokemon. So this is really coming down to the wire here. So now going to go ahead and switch in as the timer starts to be pushed, and that is, of course, the Zoroark, which would have been dead thanks to the Stealth Rock, but unfortunately is not. I think, honestly, it doesn't really matter what we go for here, so we're just going to, we'll just click Poison Jab, because it doesn't matter. They do go for a Flamethrower, which is going to do minimal chip damage to the Muck, thankfully, as we go Poison Jab. Is definitely going to finish the Zoroark off from that range, obviously, breaking the illusion, of course. So yeah, the Zoroark is down, and she goes down to just 1 Pokemon. So Alolan Muck putting in the work here as well, which is amazing. We do get some HP back with the leftovers. So the last Pokemon here is going to be the Cinderace. So that thing is in. The question is if we can take this thing out now at this point. So I think our best play is to knock off here. So we're just going to go for the knockoff here as she does go Pyro Ball, and we can thankfully take one. 21 HP, Muck hangs on. We hit the knockoff for massive damage. Get rid of the heavy duty boots, which is nice. We do get some HP back with the leftovers, and yeah, so I think what we can do here is we can Shadow Sneak. I don't think it's enough to take it out, but that's what we have to do for chip damage, as there we go, we get the Shadow Sneak. It is not quite enough to take the Cinderace out. We don't get a Poison Touch, which sucks. They do connect with another Pyro Ball, which does finish the Alolan Muck off, knocking us down to just one Pokemon. So it is all going to come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Our last Pokemon is the Thundurus, so we do come in with said Thundurus. We take the Stealth Rock damage. We barely survive, and the question is, are they packing priority or not? Because if they are, we lose. If they don't, we win. We're just going to click Volt Switch and see what happens here. Thankfully, no Sucker Punch. We go Volt Switch. It is enough to finish the Cinderace off with seconds left on the clock, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is game. All right, so we win that one 1-0 against Kitsune, but that was an amazing match, actually. Very close, highly competitive, real roller coaster of a match there. Absolutely crazy turn of events, but we are able to get the job done here, which is absolutely amazing. What a war for our first outing with this team here. So. But that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.